right, welcome back everybody to Rejects and Friends 2025 Rapid Fire. It is me, Link200. Jeez, wrong name. Link too many numbers. I fell into like 4 years ago there. We're raising money for Planned Parenthood. God, I am flustered now. Cool. So, we are about to watch a all dungeons versus any percent relay race by Player 5, Real No Man, Onyx Ebony, and Requiem of Spirit. And just as an update, we do still have the naming polls for the Pokemon Coliseum. Espeon name currently Mithra is winning over Nice Nature. I personally want that to change if we can make that happen. And between games, once again, Typhlosion has now led with Charizard. And I want Bleh to win, because if you've ever seen Charizard or Typhlosion get thrown out into battle, it definitely looks like he's just going bleh. And then for this run as well, we've now opened up the Zelda Ornaments by Wicked Midna. This is a $15 minimum donation, and remember that you can donate towards the prize and for the naming poll at the same time. You don't need to select just one or the other. And with that, Noman, Player 5, take it away.
All right, man. Whenever you're ready, who's gonna count us off?
I guess I'll count it off. Well, now let's have someone else count it, right?
I was gonna say.
Do you want me to give you guys a countdown?
Yeah,
that would work.
All right. We'll do a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know. It looked like P5 was a couple frames early there. I don't know. Jumping the gun.
Okay, I'm looking at the restream. I think mine started later.
Oh no! Take it back. Take it back. All right.
I guess while we're going through the 1 minute intro, maybe some introductions in order. Do you want to start us off, P5?
All right. Yeah. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show. A lot of fun runs so far. But we've got something pretty special right here. An all dungeons run versus 3 any percent runs. Which one wins? I don't know. I'm Player 5. I'm doing the all dungeons run. So that'll be pretty fun. And then we've got
Noman, I'm doing the first 90% run. Then who's going next?
I'll be second. Onyx. We go in the middle.
And I'll be going last with the third 90% run. We're doing something a little special with the 90% runs to make sure that they're not all identical and you don't turn away from the right side of the screen, pretty much. But yeah, for anyone who's been familiar with Breath of the Wild speedrunning over the past few years, what you're going to see over like the course of the next 15 minutes on both sides is going to be fairly similar. Both AD and any percent start out almost identical, pretty much. Both of these runners are going to be grabbing the Sheikah Slate and performing their first major glitch, which is clipping out of the Shrine of Resurrection. They're going to jump into a corner here in the wall to the right, and when Link is facing a specific direction and has the camera at a particular angle, if you mash the Sheikah Slate, Link's going to go into first person and turn around, and just like that, you see both of our runners outside of the Shrine of Resurrection. Commentary for this game is fast-paced, just like the speedrun in the first 3 minutes, because we see every single trick in the book come out in the first split. So it's going to be fairly tightly packed. Just going to crouch here to clip out, and we're off to a nearby Boko camp to collect all the inventory we need. At the Boko camp, we're going to pick up a spear and a shield. Additionally, the All Dungeons run is going to pick up more material. Just some of that is going to be used to heal, but most of it is going to be used for a glitch that's going to come up later that is really broken. It's an inventory-related glitch, and we'll touch more on that a bit later. After picking up these items, we're basically heading straight to our first shrine with a pit stop on the way. We're heading to Bombs. You're going to see Noman head there first because he did not have to collect any of the food that the All Dungeons run requires. Now, coming up right here is, rather than running around, what we're going to do is we're going to set up what's known as skew by shield jumping onto a small blip on the Temple of Time wall. What that does is whenever you end a shield surf like that on a steep slope, the game stores that angle. So the next time you do a shield surf, Link is going to skew in that direction, and that lets him sort of tilt back and then forward through this wall and to this chest with the bow in it. Now, once we pick up this bow and once we collect the arrows in a pot here, we're going to do a trick called BLSS. This thing is the most broken movement glitch in the game. Allows us to travel extremely long distances at no stamina cost. Essentially, what's happening is with this pot or any other item smuggled in Link's hand, when we go to a step-up state, there is no gravity, and so Link isn't falling. And so we abuse that to sort of just glide over with this pot just continuously pushing us as we gain more and more momentum. Of course, we are a considerable bit of height above, and so we need to do what we call a fall damage cancel, where throwing the weapon and interrupting that by changing our weapon inventory will just basically cancel any fall damage. And then with that, we use a shield clip again to clip into the bomb shrine, and there we are, 3 minutes in. In the bomb shrine, we'll see our final movement trick, at least for now. This is probably one of the most versatile movement tricks in the run. It's wind bombing, and this is probably what gets a lot of people super excited about this. Personally, I think wind bombing is like one of my top speedrunning tricks in general because of how versatile it is. There's so many things you can control. Essentially, you place 2 bombs back to back and go in bullet time, and the explosion for one bomb launches the second one into Link's back and shoots him forward. And based on how you delay your bomb placement, what direction you face before jumping, how you delay bullet time, how you turn Link, and so many other different things, you can change the trajectory, what basically puts the skill ceiling for this trick really high up. Now we see Noman going for a particularly difficult wind bomb setup called Gamer Wind Bomb, and we hit it. Nice. P5 going for it as well. P5 unfortunately missing it, but it's fine. We just need to heal just a little bit, and we have a very quick backup here. Alright. Thankfully, we were able to get through most of that glitch, basically a glitch showcase within like the first 5 minutes or so. How are you runners feeling so far?
Pretty good, man. I never hit gamer.
I thought this guy doesn't go for gamer. Oh my goodness.
Come on,
It's
P5,
fine.
you're gonna have to step it
I'm
up.
warming up.
I just realized my game's in English.
Oh god.
That's
Oh,
plus
let's
5
go,
seconds.
dude.
It's time loss.
Yeah.
Actually, okay. With the recent voice acting for Dark Beast Discovery, I say recent as if it wasn't last year. The gap between English and French, I don't think is that big, right?
Well, I think his console language is in English, so he's losing 4 seconds.
Right, but
If I'm
then
not
he
wrong.
gains back time in Dark Beast from having it pretty fast.
Oh, right. I guess if the voice acted language is not different. Yeah, speaking of voice acted languages, you're gonna notice that depending on whose stream audio is up, because I can't hear that, but Player 5 is actually running all dungeons in Italian. Noman should be running in French with Italian voice acting, but Noman forgot to change that. And the reason for these different languages is there's a whole bunch of different voice acted cutscenes and some text that we scroll through, and each of them is different based on what voice acted language you have and what system language you have set. And so we have some tools to tell us which is faster. And the fascinating thing about Breath of the Wild is, unlike other games where you usually just have one dominant language, for Breath of the Wild, every category has a different language that we use. For any percent, it's French with Italian voice acting. For all dungeons, it's Italian fully. For all main quests, I believe it's German. And then for 100%, it's Russian or English. And that's just because of the different cutscenes that we go through. Now, as we were talking about that, you saw both of our runners do a slide to Magnesis, clip through with another shield clip there. This SKU that we got is special because we're going to reuse it just like we did for the bomb SKU. We're going to reuse the SKU for stasis as well. And now both of these runners are going to be going for slightly different wind bombs here. Picking up bombs first is really powerful. It lets us skip a lot of walking in shrines. You can Player 5 go for the standard canal wind bomb. Mechanical canal wind bomb, sorry. She hits.
Yeah,
That's
get it right.
really nice. And Noman going for a slightly safer version, which he does from Rod. Slightly safer because even at a lot of height, you take less damage. And we landed up top anyway, so we're taking no damage. Just like that, both of our runners are through the second shrine. Now, with BLSS, you might have noticed our runners basically flinging. Link looks like he's just tilting back and forth, looking left and right at the same time, very, very quickly. What we're doing is flicking the control stick back and forth, and that is what pushes the item in our hand, in this case the bomb, forward, and it helps Link build speed really, really quickly. And even though BLSS really can't gain height, and Stasis, which is our next split, is in this next shrine, is much higher, we're actually going to be using that speed that we gain from the slide to just slide straight up a slope as we make our way to a tree. This is again showing why bombs are super important to get early on. Like, we can use bombs both with wind bombing and with the sliding technique to basically travel anywhere. Covers both long distance and short distance movements. Now, to gain all the height we need, since both of those, since like BLSS can't cover it, we're going to climb this tree, and a wind bomb we do from here basically takes us exactly the remaining height we need. Just perfectly places us on that cliff.
Yeah, so with BOSS, it has many advantages, but it can't go like vertical. So you're stuck on the one plane that you stepped up on unless you slide across like the hill like you saw.
Zone, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, let's go.
Y-
Huge.
Oh my god, that's a pretty punishing reload. Because of Link sliding past the slope there, the game thinks that Link touched the ground, and so that just when you load an autosave, it just puts you at like where it last saw you touch the ground for like an extended period of time or so, and in this case, it just puts you there. That sort of makes Tree Wind Bomb a little punishing to fail. You want to make sure you don't want to die from it, because reloads can sometimes put you further away, losing you even more time. Deaths in particular can be even more punishing, because after a reload, the game takes a bit of time before it can load, like create a new autosave. So if you die inside the stasis shrine, sometimes it just puts you back at the tree again. I feel like Noman spent enough time outside. Oh no.
Oh, dude.
Don't worry, Noman.
This is terrible.
You accept Venmo, right?
Yeah, he's got me later, man. Oh, this is terrible.
And it was also showing off that, anywhere you can get a step-up animation, you can BOSS from, so that rock and all the different trees is used.
That'll work.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
Nice.
That's good.
As Noman clears through stasis, on player 5's side, we saw player 5 do another Shrine Wind Bomb, and now, after a short boulder launch later, we're now sliding our way through Cryonis. The shield clip we do here is slightly different. You're going to see this again on player 5's stream a bit later as well. But essentially, when our skew is too weak, or when we have like thick walls like this, or like double layered walls, just like that door, we have to perform a single shield clip, but that's not going to be enough. So we re-equip shield in the middle of the shield clip on a very specific frame and perform our shield clip again, and that's what gets us through those kind of walls. It's kind of annoying because it's frame perfect, but unfortunately you can only buffer 2 frames at a time in this game. So most people just don't try buffering at all. They just try to hit the quick menu on the right frame, just see if they got it, and if they don't, they just go for it again. Doesn't lose too much time if you fail it, but it is annoying to just lose 2 seconds at a time if you miss it like multiple times. You now see the stasis wind bomb on Noman's side, hits it nice.
Yeah. And I didn't see P5's screen. Did he do the bridge one from further back, or did he also do... Okay, so they did the same. Okay. You'll be seeing a different wind bomb later on.
Onyx is pulling out
That
all the stops.
saves a couple seconds, but it's really cool. So
Yeah, we're gonna need it after what I did, guys. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I'm gonna finish one shrine, and then my screen's gonna go black, and I'll be in castle.
No worry, I haven't finished plat yet, man. It's all good.
Hey, I haven't finished plat either.
Player 5 is done with the 4th shrine with another quick wind bomb to finish that one off. That's the easiest wind bomb, and it is very free to do.
Wow.
Saying that out loud before nobody gets there.
No one's gonna hit it. I have faith in Noman. But yeah, now that P5's done with that, the next goal is to head straight to the Temple of Time. Of course, with the LSS, this it's trivial. Just get step up on that cliff, and then you just go straight to the Temple of Time.
He's just saying everything's easy and trivial and
Yeah, we're doing another fault image cancel here, which I don't know if we explained. But by throwing a weapon and then switching menus while you're falling, it will reset Link's position, and the game thinks he's just falling from where you did the menuing, so you just take no damage there. We did that in the first shrine bombs after the BLSS over.
Of course, Vivo gets it. I can call all the tricks in this route easy because I'm not going to be doing any of them. Foreshadowing for later.
oh man.
All right, player 5 now done with Plateau. This is where you're going to see the routes diverge significantly because all dungeons needs to complete all the Divine Beasts, and any percent is just going to make a beeline for Ganon. But for the start, we are going to be sliding to the same spot. We are both heading to Castle. All right, thank you, Noman, for hitting that wind bomb after I called it easy.
I did the easy one. For
Yeah.
The extra height.
Right, you might be wondering why we're going to Castle to begin with on the all dungeon side, and that's because, like I mentioned before, we need some items in our inventory. Particularly what we're here for is for Ancient Arrows. Ancient Arrows is the main thing we're here for, and what we're going to do later is going to make the all dungeons run significantly easier. It's going to basically turn Link into a tank. It's going to be indestructible and can kill basically everything. While we wait for Castle to load, we're going to do some inventory sorting because we have that time.
Oh man.
Mind if I cut in real quick with a donation?
Oh yeah, sure, go for it.
We have a $15 anonymous donation. It just says, "Let's go Breath of the Wild," donating for a great cause and great runs. And that was put towards the naming incentive for Coliseum, so Bleh is winning again. So, Anonymous, you are my hero. Keep it up.
P5 screen, here we see another variant of the wind bomb where we do it in midair. The only thing about wind bombs is you just need to make sure the bomb spacing is correct. You don't need to do it out of a jump. You can do it in midair. You can like pre-place the bombs, which we used to do a long time ago. But yeah, wind bombs super versatile. You can basically, so long as you can get bullet time, you can do wind bombs anywhere.
Yeah, and they'll give varying outcomes depending on what your angle is. And some angles just won't work at all because they send you too fast. And that's due to the shape of the square bomb hitting Link. I can't remember if we do any square first wind bombs. Those are cool too. So
I don't think so.
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah. No cliff wind bombs in any of our runs. It's sad to say.
Oh, calling me out.
Alright. While Noman is collecting his fish, player 5 is going to be making his way to the first dungeon. A few more pit stops along the way. We're going to be picking up another core ingredient to this run, which is fairies. Oh, there they are. And some more ingredients for the trick we're going to see soon. Noman, on the other hand, is now sliding to Castle. We've picked up the fish we need. We only need that fish for attack up food. We need ×3 attack up food 3, which gives us a 1.5 times attack multiplier on our attacks. Now, one thing that's been different about the slides that you see both on Noman's side and the slides that P5 has been doing is that you will notice that after a while, they just stop flicking. They just let Link glide. And that's because, just like Onyx mentioned with wind bombs having a speed cap, everything like in this game has some sort of speed cap. And like with BLSS and wind bombs, if you go past that speed, the game just kills your speed entirely. And so we need to, basically we're playing just like a careful balance, trying to be very close to the speed cap, but not quite at it, just so we're going as fast as possible without losing time. If it kills speed, we have to build speed again, and in the case of wind bombs, we have to just do the wind bomb again entirely. On player 5's side, we're starting the Rito quest. We need to talk to some of the Rito here in order to actually enter the dungeon. And of course, we have the inventory glitch that's coming up. Meanwhile, on Noman's side, we're already collecting inventory we need for the boss. We've collected 2 weapons there. We're only going to be carrying like those 2 weapons. We're going to pick up like 2 more weapons, a bow, and we'll have like 7 arrows and 3 ancient arrows. And that is all the inventory you need to beat the game. It is extremely tight. And the boss fight is really precise. It's honestly very well routed. Every single item we pick up, the weapon durability is routed almost perfectly, with the exception of like 1 or 2 of the items.
You say only 3 ancient arrows?
Oh, right. I'm not sure if Noman is doing 3 or 6.
Not even 6.
Okay. Noman's doing a slightly easier version, which gives you more ancient arrows. It costs some more time, which I guess player 5 needs some more time, with all dungeons being slightly slower from an estimate perspective. But what it does grant you is it makes Calamity super easy. It helps you rack up damage super fast because ancient arrows deal a ton of damage.
There he goes, calling things easy and trivial. Again.
Oh
This
my
guy,
goodness,
man.
this guy.
Hey, if I don't need to do it, I can call it easy.
Wait, I need to go this way. That would have been bad. Let's see.
All right, on player 5 side, we're about to start the trick that I've been hyping up since the start of this run, which is inventory slot transfer. Essentially, the game keeps track of how many items you have in inventory. So when you load a new save, it removes all the items. It removes that many number of items from your inventory, and then loads the inventory loadout of the save you just loaded. So what we're going to do is we're going to trick the game into like giving it a wrong value for that. We're going to give it like a reduced value. So it's not going to remove all of the items when we load a save. So we're basically carrying over new items into our new save. And when that happens, when we save again, when we perform some actions and save again, the game is still a little confused. It's looking at our save file and it sees an inventory, but we actually have more items than we should. And so it's going to apply some of the durability values on these items to inventory slots, like fairy counts or ruby counts or ancient arrow numbers, things like that. And so because durability is measured in like 100 values of 100, like a shield with 5 durability has 500 value in it. If we transferred that over to any item like fairies, we would then get 500 fairies. So P5 broke a couple slots there. I believe at the end of this, we're just going to shoot an arrow, save and reload, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and on Noman's screen, you just skip the first play, which I'll let Rek explain because I've got to dip out for a couple minutes. I'll do that.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, while P5 is doing that, I mentioned we are going to have to do a boss fight here. On Noman's side, we're fighting the 4 Blights back to back. All 4 of them have 2,000 HP, and then finally we fight Calamity Ganon with 8,000 HP. Fortunately, we can skip the very first Blight. We do that by firing an arrow right as we enter the cutscene, and that arrow is just going to basically hit Windblight repeatedly, over and over, cause Windblight, if you were watching Windblight there, he was shaking his head repeatedly, and that kills him without ever having to fight him. Moving on to Water Blight here. All of the Blights have like a specific script that we follow to deal damage. here's just a couple of headshots and Claymore hits, and Water Blight phase 2 is taken care of. And on P5 side, we successfully completed the trick, and we sold a huge number of fairies just to make up for some of the money that we're going to need later in this run. But if you notice, then P5 had a ton of fairies, which means we can basically do wind bombs as much as we want. Those take 1 heart of damage, but now we don't have to heal at all because the fairies take care of that. We could stand in fire for as long as we want, be fine. We could stand in the cold for as long as we want. Slight foreshadowing for later. On No Man's side, we're on to Fireblight phase 2, which has an RNG aspect to it. Once you knock Fireblight down, you want him to stay down for a while, so you can try to one-cycle Fireblight before he warps away. But that is RNG. It's still unknown what causes him to get up. Alright, looks like Fireblight gives a good RNG. Oh, did get up a little early. Okay. Alright, still pretty solid. Coming up on the last blight. This Claymore that we've had in our hand all this while has been doing a ton of heavy lifting on the blights. The Claymore has 40 points of durability, and basically by this last hit, right before Noman throws it, it basically only has 1 or 2 points of durability left, which is basically perfect weapon routing. It's also super satisfying to throw the Claymore at that guy's face to end the phase. As Noman clears up phase 2, we have player 5 coming up on the first Divine Beast here, Spa Meadow. All the Divine Beasts start with some sort of shield or some sort of tiny quest you have to do. They all have some kind of barriers up that prevent Link from entering. And we either have to like shoot a couple of targets or perform like a small like escort mission to get past them and get into the Divine Beast itself. Normally in a casual gameplay you would be using bomb arrows here, but bomb arrows take 2 shots, so we're going to be using ancient arrows instead. And by centering himself, B5 is going to get a couple perfect shots here, clean up the turrets on the sides and enter Meadow. Meanwhile, Noman is on to the Calamity fight. This fight is extremely hard, really precise. Calamity himself can have a bunch of RNG that can make your life miserable. Fortunately, 6 Ancient Arrow does relieve some of that, but it doesn't stop Calamity from being annoying. Like, he is there. Fortunately, we got a laser. A nice parry. Those parries are some of the pretty much the scariest things in the 90% run. Missing a parry can be pretty punishing. Now we're going to finish out this phase with the Ancient Arrows. Nice. Of course, we're not done there. We have 1 more laser parry to start phase 2 on No Man's side, and we get instant laser. Alright, and with that parry, you might think that phase 2 would be even harder because you normally can't hit Ganon while he's invulnerable. But if you time your weapon slams at the right time, you can keep Ganon stun locked in this position, which makes phase 2 far easier than phase 1 once you start it. You just need to keep track of when he's getting up and your stamina, and phase 2 is a breeze.
That's right, it's so easy. Even a baby could do it.
It would have been funny if Noman messed up there. But no, Noman's clear with Calamity. And we're on to the Dark Beast fight. The Dark Beast fight, despite all the jokes, the Dark Beast fight is actually truly easy. It is a cutscene fight. You have a bunch of scripted movements you do and times during which prompts show up for where to shoot the glowing parts on Dark Beast, and that will help you, that just clears the beast. On P5 side, we've been going through this dungeon. For this dungeon, or Divine Beast I should say, it's just basically a combination of movement tricks and clips to just clear the entire dungeon. Normally, you would start by going straight through and collecting a map, and we use that map to tilt Meadow left and right, and that helps you like glide over to different sides of the beast. But we don't even need that. With the clip we did there and a bunch of slides that we can do inside Meadow, it trivializes the Divine Beast. Of course, the step-ups can be sometimes finicky, so it's not necessarily just a breeze, but once you get them. The combination of the fairies as well makes it super convenient to just like tank damage, like Player Fry is doing right here, and also tank the cold damage. This is a pretty nifty trick coming up on Player 5 side. Pay close attention to this hammer. We're gonna hit it once, and by timing this bomb arrow shot, we open the barricade briefly, and then that barricade slams down onto the hammer. It squishes it and then sends it rocketing forward. I've always loved that trick. Always looks super cool. Now, apart from the map, the gimmick of all the Divine Beasts is that we need to collect a whole bunch of terminals, and once we do that, we can activate the main terminal, and doing that should give us control of the Divine Beast, but we always have to fight a Blight before that. Fortunately, we are very well equipped to face this Blight. We have Ancient Arrows on our side, and so, especially for the first Blight, which has the least amount of HP, I believe Blights start with 800 and progressively go up to 2000 as you face each Blight in their dungeon. But because this Blight only has 800 HP, Ancient Arrows make pretty short work of it. And GG Noman. That's one 90% run done on Noman's side.
Dude.
we're making progress.
I've got my work cut out for me.
That's one 90% run. We're gonna see Onyx coming up shortly. Actually, Onyx is already on. I'm just continuing to watch Noman's stream for whatever reason.
All right, here we
Oh,
go.
the cutscene's pretty cool.
It's your turn, Onyx.
Round 2. Fight.
Kind of glad that we get to see it again. I blinked and missed it.
Yeah, you know, that was a lot to take in at the end there. There's a lot of stuff happening on both sides.
Yeah, having to commentate both IST and Blights was that was a lot. Fortunately, I did focus more on P5 side for the IST since we only see that once, so we can go over Blights again for anyone that may have missed it. Alright, Noman, you're up. My mouth hurts.
All right. So, this slide that P5 is doing here, this is actually like the longest. Is this the longest? I think this might be like time-wise the longest slide in all dungeons.
This one definitely feels the longest.
Yeah, so this one's really tricky because you're going to have to curve around a bunch of mountains here. There's no real good way to get into Gerudo after Meadow, so he's going to have to go around all these mountains, and there's like there's a lot of curving that he's going to do at a certain point. And while he's doing that, we're seeing the beginning of any percent again. This is going to be pretty similar to what I've pretty much did, but I don't know, Onyx, he does a lot more close to world record strats that we might end up seeing in this run.
Very flattering to say. I do them. Do I do them well?
I'd say you do them pretty well. We'll see how it goes.
It's okay. If you want to mess any up, then go for it. I could use the help.
Look, I already made enough mistakes for all of us.
You say
I literally.
But I've got a timer going. That was the mid 28.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I lost like a minute on stasis split.
So on player 5 side, you would have noticed that in addition to what Noman mentioned, we slipped past a very large cliff. We basically did a sharp right turn. One of the things with BLSS is that we can't dictate direction freely. We can, but the way it works is that we build speed in the direction we want to go to. So if Link already has speed in a specific direction, we're going to have to either counteract that or just start building speed in another direction and wait for the speed in the old direction to decay. And that's sort of what we saw there. And the result is really rapid control stick flicking in the new direction just to build speed really quickly. Normally, if player 5 got tower, you could just warp to Cryonis and cut that slide like in half, I believe. It's like much shorter. But with the timings we did, I believe getting tower was found to be 20 seconds slower. So just slightly slower.
Something like that.
Did we explain super launches yet?
We did not know.
So you're going to notice that player 5, what he just did earlier was he was doing some pauses after he did that wind bomb. So what that does is he's generating lag. And when you pull your glider on the final frame where the game is going from like low FPS back to normal FPS, you actually get a 1.5 times speed increase on that launch. So it was actually really impressive what player 5 just did, because Gerudo Desert is a very flat, like low poly area. There's not much lag here. So what he was doing actually is moving the camera while he's doing these pauses to even generate more lag. So yeah. Unfortunately, that second one, he did not get the lag when he needed it, so he didn't get that super launch there, but honestly, it doesn't really lose too much time. It loses maybe like a second or so to just do another wind bomb.
On the any percent side, we have Onyx showcasing what the bomb shrine will look like if you decide not to go for gamer wind bomb, which is a pretty risky trick to go for if you don't have backup food, especially in this any percent route. So you just do a much safer wind bomb, and you like get a very reliable step up to, reliable most of the time to slide to the end of the shrine. It doesn't lose too much time. It can sometimes be awkward. Sometimes the wind bomb can not cooperate. Sometimes the slide cannot cooperate, but it is still safer if you're not comfortable with the fast gamer wind bomb strat.
Yeah, and on average, it only loses like 5 or 6 seconds over the gamer wind bomb.
So it's true. It only loses about 5 to 6 seconds, but it's also faster than missing gamer wind bomb still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, especially
consistency strat.
Yeah.
And some people, especially when starting out, often spend those 5 to 6 seconds even getting up on the peg where you do gamer wind bomb, which is obviously not ideal.
Then after I talk to the old man here, I'm actually going to go straight to Magnesis. Normally we would stand Amiibo. But after bombs or after plat, like two most common places to scan. I prefer after bombs, but we won't be seeing that. So I'm going to do some other things later on. Get the attack up I need.
Alright, calling attention to player 5 side, we're seeing, I would say a relic of the past, but recent updates to Breath of the Wild have sort of changed that. We're seeing a BTB. By freezing this Boko and shield surfing onto a bright spot of that Boko while in bullet time, we basically get a 20x speed increase on exiting bullet time. We're slightly low on that angle there. This BTB is fairly tricky to hit. But because BLSS and wind bombs can't let us gain that much heightened speed instantly, it's still something that we look to. And it's super cool. I feel like this is the trick that got a lot of people into speedrunning back in the day, and I don't know, potentially can get a lot of speedrunning back into it. A lot of people back into speedrunning it now that it's back on the table.
I would say this is one of the hardest splits in the game, and P5 just nailed both BTBs. I think that first BTB is really the hard one. That Moblin one's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see Onyx going into Mag. Going for anything in Mag, Onyx? I'm not sure.
I'm gonna do the normal canal wind bomb. So I won't go straight to the monk like P5 did. I'll end up landing up to the left, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, all these wind bombs inside of these shrines, there's like, there is a few seconds that each of them saves. So for example, Gamer saves 5 to 6. I'm pretty sure this Canal Wind Bomb also saves roughly 6 seconds. The one in Stasis saves about 10 seconds. And the one in Cryo is just a ridiculous amount of time.
Wait, Onyx, how did you not take damage
It's a
there?
miracle I
Oh, the
lived.
wind bomb. Oh my goodness.
I need to pray to whatever god that Onyx is praying to, bro. I don't know how he didn't take any damage there. Now, P5 is going to be fighting Koga now, and normally in a casual playthrough, Koga is like really, really easy to get through, but in all dungeons, Koga is one of the hardest fights to actually do properly. You don't really have a risk of dying to him, but you do have a risk of losing time.
Yeah, unlike basically all the other enemies and bosses in the game, Koga actually doesn't take much damage from Ancient Arrows, which is pretty unfortunate, because otherwise we'd be able to take care of him pretty fast.
This part's the hard part for double hits. Oh, it seems like he's gonna get it. Yep, okay. And the last trick in Koga, this is gonna seem really jank. So normally, he spawns a big spiky metal ball, and you use Magnesis to hit him with it. And then he'll spawn another one and you do it again. But you can see player 5 does 2 hits of damage with that one giant metal ball. And so what he did was he dragged it across the floor and he hit B right before it hits Koga, and that causes it to both explode on the ground and also hit Koga at the same time. So it actually does a double hit on him.
I've gotten snapback on 2 of the 3 shrine clips so far, which is very cool.
Oh, gosh.
I tinkered with your controller a little bit.
It's a fun fact here for people who aren't too familiar with Breath of the Wild. If you actually fall down this pit, you enter Koga Fight Part 2.
Oh my
You should
God.
go try that right now.
That's a good one.
On Onyx's side, we're seeing a wind bomb that neither of these players went for. You can actually wind bomb very early on, like you can wind bomb from the bridge, and it saves a couple more seconds. It is harder, for sure. It is tighter to hit, but you know, time save is time save. And if you notice, like the players doing any percent, or like even P5 here, all the players doing 80% before their wind bombs, they'll do like a shield surf and unequip quickly. And in this case, P5 just blew himself up for seemingly no reason. That's essentially to clear what we call ragdoll glitch. When you do these shield clips and you unequip your shield, the game, the next time you try to ragdoll, it's trying to send you back to that point where you unequip your shield, but that's way too far away. So it just kills all your speed, kills your momentum, you're not able to wind bomb. And so the way to fix that is to either forcefully ragdoll by blowing yourself up, or you can just do the shield surf unequip again to set the ragdoll glitch at the new point where you're going to wind bomb, because it works within that radius, what we call a quick fix. If you pay attention to Onyx right before he does the wind bomb inside Cryonis, you'll see him do the exact same thing as well.
This extremely easy, unfailable wind bomb.
Yeah. If you fail it, you're probably...
It's okay. I mean, like, if Onyx fails it, it's because he used up all his luck in the not dying to the Magnesis canal wind bomb.
I fail it, it will probably be snapback or that quick fix.
If anyone fails Cry Wind Bomb during RAF, you're not going to hear the end of it for the rest of your life. Everybody that's watching, everybody that's part of this stream is gonna go, God, remember that time that guy messed up Cryo Wind Bomb? All be slapping their knees like, oh my God. Local neighborhood kids will hear about it.
I see people asking for Onyx to do Cliff Wind Bomb. Onyx didn't. Someone said that I would. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in for a bit of a surprise there, and it's not what you're thinking.
Yeah, Onyx can go back.
You're right. We should just go straight back and do Cliff Wind Bomb.
It's just a trivial BLSS, and then wind bomb up to the tree to get another step up. To get to the Temple of Time.
P5, what if you did a shield jump cancel wind bomb instead of the BLSS strat?
Yeah, maybe, you know, just for the fans.
You guys are... You're trolling. Get an advantage here. You already have the advantage.
So in this section here, player 5, normally a casual player, you would ride the Sandseal all the way, but the Sandseal is pretty slow. So you want to use one of your faster methods, so either get a step up somewhere and slide, or do a wind bomb. There's not any convenient place to wind bomb to right at this spot. So I think it was an old strat that we used to do, or some people used to do anyway, was out of a shield surf, you can jump, frame perfect pause, and hold an item to cancel it and get bullet time, and turn that into a wind bomb. Effectively letting you wind bomb from even like standing ground with no place to get bullet time normally. It's just that strat was fairly difficult. I believe it used a bit of stamina as well. That was pretty inconvenient, and so at the cost of like a few seconds, we instead just wind bomb to a nearby spot to get a step up and slide all the way to Naboris.
There's actually a a spot apparently where you can get a wind bomb if you... I didn't practice it, but you ride the Sandseal a little bit, and there's a slope you can use to get bullet time.
Oh wow.
Make it pretty easy.
Alright, so P5's going to be wind bombing over to this rock, and he's going to be doing this slide off of this. Looks a little bit jank, but that is a step up. Now he's going to be able to just go faster than the Sandseal ever could, and he's going to go all the way straight to Naboris. And at the same time, Onyx is making his way over to the castle. Or actually, Onyx is doing no amiibo.
Side quests, yeah.
He's going on, Onyx is going on a little side quest. So I scanned amiibo to get some fish for the attack of food. But instead of scanning amiibo, Onyx is actually going to go past Mount Satori here and go to a specific set of trees that have razor shrooms. So these razor shrooms are going to give him that attack buff that he's going to need for that boss rush at the end. This, honestly, it's not too bad of a detour. It's maybe like 35 seconds.
It's honestly it's pretty nice that no amiibo is not that far off from amiibo. Anyone who learns one of them can very quickly pick up the other. Which I don't think holds true for like the newest version of Breath of the Wild that released recently.
Onyx, that step up was fancy. Getting it off the tree.
Yeah. Shout out to this YouTube guy I watched, P5. I actually watched his No Amiibo run last night.
Yeah, that guy's alright, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. My Nan could do better though.
Oh, I got instant cancel cutscene.
That's one of the more annoying things about No Amiibo. Sometimes you just have like more and loaded gate as well. Like you just have more RNG to deal with.
Oh wait, that's really
I
bad.
think I died, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, we might be at Temple of Time for a second. Do over.
No, I think you get an autosave at the razor shrooms.
Or do you?
It depends. I think you sometimes do, but
Depends. Yeah, so basically, the way that Onyx could tell that he got the instant castle cutscene is, well, things load in randomly. They don't ever load in the same order every time. And if you see that the map changes from the mini-map into the dungeon map, then you know that you're going to get the cutscene. And so Onyx was trying to land behind the tree to be out of sight of that guardian, but if you land into that cutscene while still inside of that guardian, there's no way you can move in time for that laser to not hit you, so you're just guaranteed dead. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see where Onyx ends up after that.
That's worst timeline.
Yeah, we're in the bad timeline right now.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so Onyx is gonna have to make that detour back to those razor trims again.
And that's honestly, like, besides the time loss, one of the most annoying things about No Amiibo is that because of the path it puts you on, or maybe something else, I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not sure if the community is either, but people just see it more likely that you get things like gate loading instantly. Instant castle cutscene, I don't think I've seen very frequently, but that maybe happens more frequently as well. It's all in all a slightly worse experience with the time sync. Player 5 side, we've been clearing up Naboris. The astute viewer may have realized that the first terminal that Player 5 activated, we didn't even spin the wheel like you're usually supposed to. Way back before we even reached Rito Village, we picked up an extra claymore, and we used that as part of the conductive circuit. That and a bunch of shock arrows to make things easier. That combined with some gales here and there make a couple of these terminals pretty easy clears. Unfortunately, the last one, I believe it's not upright, it's probably upside down, and we have to get the map to rotate that to actually collect the terminal.
I'm impressed that you know that, Rek. You're an any percent Andy.
And all towers.
And all towers, I guess.
Hey, I know my all dungeons. I just have never done a run of it. Okay, Onyx, second time here. We get instant castle again, but the gate was unloaded, so we're safe. And we can continue with the rest of the castle. Now, no one showed us the 6 ancient arrow route, which is typically, if you were a beginner for this game, that's what you would normally want to learn, because it makes your castle slightly easier and your calamity also easier. Onyx is going to be showcasing what the world record route goes for. You don't necessarily need those those last 3 ancient arrows. You can just do with just the first 3 you pick up, and do some fancy out of bounds movement. Just skip early to Zelda Study, where we pick up our bow and our Edge of Duality, the final weapon that we need.
We're really glossing over P5 doing all of Naboris. Naboris is actually one of the hardest divine beasts that you can do. Ooh.
Okay.
One missed arrow shot there. A little interesting, but he still gets the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that was RNG Manep actually.
Yeah.
Just setting up the rest of the run to be perfect. But yeah, no, Naboris is actually one of the hardest to find beasts. So Player 5 kind of breezing through this, honestly.
Do we have time for a cut in with a donation?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah. We got a $15 donation from MC. I hope I read that right. It says, good luck, and I hope you all win, which I need you to all win for them to be true. And an update on the naming bid war. Espeon, still quite a bit ahead of Nice Nature with the name being selected of Mithra. And we are within a $5 gap for the Typhlosion name. Currently, it is Charizard. So if you want to change that, use !donation and make sure to put your donation towards an incentive. It does not automatically select it. You can select multiple. And a reminder that all the money donated does go towards Planned Parenthood, which their work does pretty good wonders for people that need hormone therapies, STI treatments, just general kind of health and wellness things for the people that pretty desperately need it at times. And we very much value their work. And if you do as well, let it be known.
So on Onyx's side there, we saw Onyx do the out of bounds movement I talked about earlier. Basically, right after cooking our attack of food, we clip straight out of bounds and go straight to Zelda Study. It's super fun to see done. If you notice the room that we entered, it was mostly unloaded, and the mob in there also takes time to load in. So you have time to get rid of some items in your inventory, eat whatever food you need as you wait for the moblin to load in. It looks like Onyx missed one bite skip. Noman, I'm going to hand it over to you while I jump in headway for a sec.
Right. So, unfortunately, Wind Blade Skip can be a little bit tricky sometimes, especially if you use some other setups. It's a pretty precise spot to actually aim. But yeah, Onyx is going to be heading into the boss rush. We're going to see a couple different strats probably. And then, yeah, in the meantime, player 5 doing another really long slide over. He's going from Naboris. He actually warped all the way up to the Naboris Divine Beast, like kneeling on the mountain. And he's going to be going over a bunch of mountains. And he's going straight to Zora's Domain. And we're going to get to the point of the run where P5 is just going to have to mash through text boxes for about 5 minutes straight. This is what we call fish drama. So, yeah. You can see Zora's Domain is completely unloaded. P5 is going to have to try and find a way to get into that little throne room.
Hello?
Where are you right now?
Where am I?
He's trapped.
I'm trapped. What? Oh my goodness.
What the hell? Dude, I've never seen anyone go up there before.
I went a little bit too far. That's crazy.
It's a page structure right there.
Alright, so this is the spot where Onyx is particularly going to be doing something a little bit different. So this is a way to one-cycle the second phase of Water Blight without having to do all the nonsense that I had done earlier. He does it super
Actually,
clean.
A strat figured out by Onyx himself. That's right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I did
Wow,
not
this
know
guy
that.
doesn't even know history.
I don't. I'm an amateur, dude. I don't know.
So there's
Alright,
that
Onyx-
4 seconds, the relevant 4 seconds in the race.
It's going to be making up for all the time loss that I had. So we're getting back to the part where there's going to be a little bit of RNG on Fireblight. We're going to see if Fireblight is going to play nice this time. Okay, it looks like Onyx is going to get it. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, he doesn't have Fireblight get up early, which would cause him to void out and then void back in. That loses roughly 8 seconds. So Onyx did save a little bit of time right there. And this Thunderblight's going to be about the same here. Meanwhile, we're going to see P5 mashing through all this dialogue. How you feeling, P5?
I'm having fun.
I'm glad to hear it, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish drama, but
Is that
we love
very
drama,
engaging?
right? Humans love drama. All the tea.
Something I just want to note is that Onyx actually, there's something that we kind of glossed over, is the fact that we did phase 1 of Thunderblade a very specific way so that we could do phase 2 that way. Otherwise, the shield doesn't normally break there. Now he's heading into Calamity. Right, so Onyx luckily getting one of the easier attacks, the Flurry Rush at the very beginning of Calamity. It doesn't always give you an attack that's super lenient like that. Then he's going to parry this laser. He's going to do the spins and slam and a throw with this Claymore here, and then some ancient arrow shots, and he should end the phase. Perfect.
I couldn't hear
That
my game,
was-
so I didn't know if I missed 4 or 3, but I had to do a boomerang throw to make up the lost damage there. Let's hope Calamity doesn't go wall here.
No, he's going to give you laser.
Nice.
So that's another one of the things that we have to worry about is that Calamity used to be completely RNG because we just took too long. Oh.
I actually don't know why that didn't work.
So, the beginning of that stun lock. Oh, very clean. That was a really good save right there. Holy crap, Onyx.
Yeah, I'd rather attack up time is off.
Okay. I'm getting a little nervous here. But should be okay. So by slamming at these specific times, we're able to kind of stun lock Calamity here. Ooh, that attack up timer running out mid-fight is not ideal. Onyx is going to have to find a weapon and kind of do a little bit of a backup. Perfect. Okay. That was a really good backup. That didn't take too much time at all.
I was nervous for you.
Actually making me kind of nervous right there. So the nerve-wracking thing about Calamity is if you die during Calamity, then you have to restart the entire boss rush. It's about like a 5-minute time loss. But as soon as you get through Calamity, the game makes an autosave right here at Dark Beast. You're in the clear. So Onyx making it through. A little bit scary, but making it through to Dark Beast. So now, after this, it's pretty much just an auto-scroller, and then we've got about one more run left. We'll see how that one goes. I think we're in for a little bit of a surprise with that one. Meanwhile, P5 is about to finish up all the fish drama, and he's going to start the Ruta entry. This strat here is called Ruta entry 1 cycle. So P5 is going to try to hit all of these targets after pre-firing the first one so that he doesn't have to ride up that little waterfall twice. Saves quite a bit of time, and he nails it. Nails it. God, can't you fail one trick? But
I feel like I've messed up a couple things.
yeah, nothing too major though, which is good. But saving a good amount of time. I'm curious, are you going to be going for the fast Ruta?
Yeah.
Or okay. So there was something that was discovered. Was it discovered by Sapir? I'm not entirely sure.
Definitely
The easier version.
one of the fast cycles.
Yeah. So basically, Ruta is on a cycle. Also, we're about to end up finishing the run here for Onyx in just a second. He's about to do that final shot. All right, GG Onyx. All right. Okay, and so Ruta is actually on a cycle. So there is one terminal that is always spinning in Ruta, and there is no way to actually change how quickly you can do that one. So we used to do that one at the end, and so no matter how quickly you did the rest of Ruta, it didn't matter because you'd always have to wait for that one terminal to spin back into place. But Player 5 is going to do something that is pretty recent, I would say. Not too recent, but he's going to be doing that last terminal first. That way he can go and do the rest of Ruta as fast as he wants. He won't be capped by how fast his terminal spins. There it is. Alright.
Yeah, it's like
so,
it's recent in the grand scheme of all dungeons. Is this category like the Divine Beast strats didn't really see much activity for a really long time.
true. At least when we started running, most of the Divine Beasts are actually the same. Like, in fact, I don't even think Radani has changed whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about 5-6 years at least for all the Divine Beast strats to be the same. So REC is now running any percent here, and so the interesting thing about what REC is going to do, I guess we'll see what path he takes as soon as he exits Shrine to Resurrection here. Or I guess after he gets to the Boko camp. So while me and Onyx, we went directly to the Bomb Shrine, and we went through the Temple of Time, and we slid down that slope. After REC goes through the Boko camp, we're going to see a slightly diverging path. Okay, picking up all the backup food. He's just going to grab the pot lid here. And he's going straight to the cold section. So REC is actually on Switch 2. He's playing on version 1.8 of Breath of the Wild, which did patch BLSS. So he's going to be doing an older route with BTBs. But because of that, he's also going to have no world loads and much faster shrine loads as well.
That's right, he's cheating. Playing on a Switch too, really?
Which, surprisingly, is going to give him a pretty comparable time.
Yeah,
So,
even though the route is slower, it's actually interesting how much time it makes back just on loads.
He's going to be doing some very specific movement here through the cold area. And this is going to let him get the axe, the shield, and a bow and arrow. And he's going to be using that little campfire to reset his cold damage. And that way he can make it all the way to Stasis Shrine.
Actually, he doesn't need to, right? Because he got the pot lid. He didn't spend as much
Yeah.
time on the cold before.
That's true.
Requiem loves playing on cheating hardware. No way. This is
Sounds about right. Hard word, by the way.
This is a consistent thing.
Listen, if you play A Link to the Past, SNES Classic is the best console to play on. You heard it here first, folks.
Right, so because REC doesn't actually have bombs here, he's going to have to run through the Stasis Shrine. So throughout all these shrines, he's not going to have bombs at all until the very end. So he's not going to be able to do any of the wind bombs. So we're going to see slightly different strats in every single split of this run.
That's why he was calling Cryo Wind Bomb so easy, because he doesn't have to do it.
I expect him to hit Cryo Wall Jump now.
I am not doing Cryo Wall Jump. That trick's a scam.
Coward. Coward. Everyone in the chat, please call REC a coward for me. It's peer pressure.
Bullying.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
The
Or am I?
crazy stasis strat would be not unequipping the shield on this last jump.
Oh my god.
It's a tip-tier exclusive.
I actually missed the shield unequip.
Alright, so REC going for what P5 said. He was just trying to showcase what P5 was talking about earlier. Trying to not unequip the shield. He's gonna actually hit the little boulder out of the way and go through the Stasis Shrine. Meanwhile, P5 finishing up all of Zora's domain, and now he's gonna be climbing up this waterfall. This is gonna give him the height that he needs to start a slide, and he's gonna be able to go over a bunch of rocks and make his way into the Goron city. This step up here can be a little bit tricky if you don't know the cue, but knowing P5, yep, he's gonna nail that one. And then he's going to be on his way. So this slide's a little bit tricky because a lot of the rocks here are going to be unloaded. So he's going to have to kind of know where the mountains are without being able to see them. And he's going to be able to, he's also going to have to kind of curve his way around them into Goron City here. So this one can be a little bit hard to do. He's going to start changing direction.
Ooh. This reminds me so much of Tears of the Kingdom All dungeons. It's like the same run. It's a super broken sliding glitch. Moving from Zora's domain to Elden.
They have the same movement over there too.
Basically.
Oh my god. So now after the Stasis Shrine, we're going to see Rek. He's not actually going to do any slides here because he doesn't have bombs. So he's going to do something. He's going to do an old strat from the ancient days. It's going to be Cryo BTB. He's actually going for a slightly harder variation of Cryo BTB where he does a backflip and swing, and that's going to give him a little bit of a better angle towards Cryo.
Hey, we didn't get to see him crash out.
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, so that glitch, it uses the same exploit that wind bombing does, where if Link is forced out of bullet time, the game miscalculates his speed and gives him about 20 times what he's supposed to have. So by shield jumping on a Boko, or red Boko there, and either attacking or unequipping your bow, you can launch yourself.
Okay, so P5 is heading into this little room right here. Normally, there's rocks covering this cave that Yunobo is trapped in. You have to use one of the cannons to explode it and to free Yunobo. But if you wind bomb fast enough, those rocks are unloaded and you can just sneak by into the room, which P5 nails, and then he gets to skip opening that cave. It's a huge time save right there. And now he's going to wind bomb back, and he's going to basically go through a couple of cutscenes before you can continue. Meanwhile, Rek, again, not going to be able to wind bomb or do anything like that, so he's going to be doing an older strat. He's going to be doing a little skip using the cryo block right there. Well done. Okay, so this next BTB that Rek is going to do is probably one of the tougher BTBs to actually hit, and this one can be a pretty big time save. This is going to be Mag BTB. And the BTB to Magnesis, so there's a couple different angles you can get. There's one that kind of sends you all the way to the shrine. That's ideal. But if you don't time the bullet time properly, you're going to end up going to this forest and having to do a tree launch. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, I guess we're doing neither.
Okay.
Got a wine put in there.
All right. Well, Rek is just kind of like, he's trying to throw us off right now. Put us into like suspense, and then he's subverting our expectations.
Ooh, that might be early. Actually, that should be
Is that
good.
gonna make it? That should make it.
That should make it, yeah.
Okay, so Rek hitting the far angle Mag BTB is going to be able to make it all the way to the shrine. So, saving a good amount of time there. He's going to be doing the same clip that the rest of us did earlier. So despite the route being different, a lot of the clips are still the same. Those strats haven't changed. Meanwhile, player 5 is going to be lowering Elden Bridge right here, and he's going to be starting the Rudania entry segment. So this segment used to be one of the most grueling segments in the run. You used to have to take like a big metal box with Magnesis and hit a bunch of these guardians and sneak around and have to worry about a bunch of nonsense. But thankfully, because of IST, we have a million ancient arrows and infinite fairies. We don't have to worry about anything anymore. Basically, P5 is just going to shoot every single one of the guardian turrets, or the guardian sentry things that are flying around, and he's going to be able to just go straight to the end without having to worry about anything. And then we're going to see RaF is actually running through the Magnesis Shrine. You're going to be pretty surprised to know that running through the shrine barely loses any time. It's actually like compared to the wind bomb that I did, it only loses 4 seconds. So honestly, not a bad strategy for beginners. Is just running through that shrine.
Yeah, beginners like Rick.
Whoa!
Hey,
We got some shots fired in the VC over here.
he did the
Okay.
strat. I don't know.
Hey man,
No player 5.
I would love bombs in all 3 of the shrines I just did, especially cryo. I hate the cryo jump.
Yeah, we know, man. I've
I've
seen you
person
practice.
doing the hardest route, arguably.
I just want to call out Rec for a sec. I've seen him probably practice Canal more than like any other part of Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that strat right there, that was gonna be box walk, but got a little bit of an odd angle on the arrow shot, so the box was moving a little bit too fast for him to actually walk at that speed. So he's gonna have to swim across right here, and then he's gonna go for bombs BTB. Okay, good bombs BTB right there. Fortunately, did not get hit by the barrel that Boko was out to get him, but I don't think P5 paid him enough. So,
Hey, the
it's
money
a good
is
landing spot.
running thin a little bit.
And low on funds lately. He Venmo'd me too much earlier for those tree wind bombs.
Had to mod Onyx's switch to get the loaded gate in Dazzle cutscene.
Right. All the snapback.
I don't know.
Alright, so now Rack finally has bombs. He's gonna be able to actually do wind bombs. What are you gonna go for, Rack?
I'm going for gamer. It's definitely safer with this route because I have 3 hearts. In the route that Onyx and Noman did, you only have 2.5. So failing gamer means you're definitely gonna die. In this case, if I fail it, I'm left with half a heart, which is fine. I can just back it up pretty quickly.
So,
I'd be known if he does, he was slower than me.
Ooh, that doesn't look good. Yeah. That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. We got a launch,
thing-
you know.
Yeah, good thing Rack was
Look on the
on
bright side.
the other route because he would definitely die. And
Yeah, I have
we're
a
gonna
quarter
see,
heart. Yeah.
We're gonna see on P5's side of the screen, he's still just running through, and we're gonna see he actually can't whistle sprint at all because whistling stops Yunobo. It's like a little following quest here, and so he's not gonna be whistling at all, and he's gonna be at times running and then walking while killing all these guardians. I also want to point out P5 missed a bunch of ancient arrows earlier. You know, doesn't have
I think I missed
quite
one.
as good aim. He did.
Maybe
he
two.
did, 1 arrow with the jeb, which technically is 3.
Wait, no, it's
Oh,
not.
no, was it Falcon Bow?
It's the
Never
Falcon.
mind.
Bow.
Never mind. I'm
This is
fraud.
slander.
This guy doesn't know he's
I-
talking about.
Look, it's been a while. All right, it's been a while. It's my excuse. Also, now Rek wind bombing over to this tree over here, and he's gonna be scanning
Scanning
his
a
fish.
What is he?
He's scanning Amiibo before
is he
the tree.
Okay,
What is
he's
this?
doing this on purpose. Just
No. This is definitely a good place to scan. Trust me on that.
Oh my goodness.
I'll
This guy.
pick that up, sure.
He's wandering oddly far from the tree to pick up these fish.
Dude, I'm not getting any attack of fish.
Okay.
This
You know,
is
it makes.
There we go.
I'll defend Rack here. It
Karma.
makes sense. This is where you would normally get the beetle if you're doing no amiibo. So
all right. I think
What do I
you
have?
should do
this
no
is
amiibo
in place
actually.
of that.
Old route, no amiibo.
We did discuss one of us doing dining hall, which would have been an overkill.
I didn't get enough.
We discussed
on
a
that.
lot of
Okay.
different routes. We discussed me potentially playing on the Wii U, which I refuse. I'm sorry. it's not a good idea for a marathon. That's all I'm gonna say.
We also discussed having some runners get the Hylian shield, which could still happen, Rack.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, you saw like Noman and Onyx do like amiibo and no amiibo. The reason I much prefer doing amiibo is no amiibo for this route is actually not trivial like it is for the old route or the 1.6 route. I had P5 describe it to me and it sounded very cursed.
Yeah, so there is a beetle. It's a little bit of RNG. You gotta pick up the beetle and a monster part. It's a little wonky, but
He's in the wrong
Okay.
spot.
so because Rec still can't BLSS, he's gonna be doing a BTB, a frame perfect BTB, to get all the way to the castle right here.
Ooh, that doesn't look too good. Let's see if it works. Okay.
Okay, so that works out. So that bullet time timing is 1/30th of a second, and yeah, Rec hitting that, absolutely nailing it first try. He's gonna make his way all the way to the castle. So because you're on Switch 2, does that mean that it's always loaded on the gate?
Yeah, gate's always loaded.
Okay.
It also means that Copium
But
route, just the door you see over there.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but that's okay.
So because Rec's gate is always loaded, he's gonna have to clip in here.
With the Switch 1 hardware, the gate is very often unloaded, and you save a ton of time not having to do this clip. There's an alternate route you can do, which is an entryway you would have seen. Ooh. Interesting.
That was interesting. You had the frame there. I'm not sure.
That was
why you
very
did
Yeah.
clean though. Second try, ESC into the castle. It's not bad.
That was really
So-
good. That was pretty fast. So yeah, just standing in this one specific spot between these textures actually lets you slide back inbounds. So yeah, now we're gonna see the castle route that he's gonna do. It's
That's not
probably
good.
probably exactly the same as what Onyx did earlier.
Okay. Small hiccups.
So because he doesn't have the extra arrow that me and Onyx had because of his plateau route, he's gonna have to drop these bombs and do something a little bit jank with that Moblin, and then he's gonna wander up and continue.
So normally the Moblin shouldn't notice you there, like shouldn't like give the question mark icon, but because he did, I had to spawn another bomb as a backup. Alright, we're good.
All right, am I good to cut in for one last little read here while we enter the castle?
Yeah, go for it.
Heck yeah. With us entering the castle for the third time on the 80% route, it does mean that our window for the prize donations is starting to close. The Zelda ornaments by Wicked Midna. The minimum donation for that is $15. That does end at the end of this run. So if you want to get a ticket in for that, make sure you get your donations in quickly. When you do donate, you can also put that towards the naming pool for Pokemon Coliseum.
Really? They patched it. Okay, that was never gonna work.
I can't believe they live patched it, like midstream.
Okay,
So another.
come on,
What
Link.
else am I doing?
Whoa.
Hate the devs a little bit too
Ooh.
much.
The
P5
dead
just trying to
drop
rig
clip.
everything. How much money
Yeah.
do you have, P5, that you're paying all these people off, man?
It's a streamer
too much
guy. He's
anymore.
got big money.
right. So another one of the things that I'll point out is that because Rex gained Amiibo, he got a hardy salmon, and normally a lot of the blights, they don't have one-shot protection on their moves, or Calamity specifically, and so all their moves, or all of Calamity's moves, will one-shot you, and especially the laser is a really big issue. But if you have enough parts, you can tank the damage. So by getting that hardy salmon from the amiibo, Rek is really safe. He can tank a whole laser from Calamity and still survive.
I
Did
didn't
you
need my
get
attack
backup
of food. I don't think I did.
You didn't.
I'm gonna have to reload. Yeah. Old muscle memory. That one. Normally, in like a PB attempt, I would just eat the attack of food like very early.
Yeah, you do it the same place I did before killing the moblin.
Yeah.
Or right before doing the wind bomb, but
I just want to say we're actually cutting this really close between these two. Though, if I had to put money on anyone, I won't say that. It's toxic. It's toxic.
If you're
Don't
gonna
worry,
put
I
money
agree
on
with you.
anyone, you should donate it to charity instead.
Right. Yes. If you're going to put money on anything, I think you should give it to a great cause. Donate. Come on, everybody! Exclamation mark! Donate real quick.
donate just like Rek is doing.
This is interesting. Alright, there we go. Alright, this time we don't forget to eat the attack of food. Hopefully that works.
Alright, so player 5 finishing up Redania, he's making his way to the castle. Now because the blights are all defeated already, he's gonna skip the cutscene of the lasers coming down, and he's actually gonna fight Calamity Ganon while he has half health. He's got a bunch of ancient arrows and the Great Eagle bow. So this fight for him is pretty trivial. Is that fair for me to say, P5?
I'm using the 4,000 ancient arrow route.
3 AA, 6 AA, and 4 KA. Interesting.
I will admit that castle cutscene mode was suspiciously fast.
No comment.
Just me blindly throwing out activations. Yes, you can see that P5 is already done with phase 1, and he's already about to be finished with phase 2. So, yeah, P5's got about 2.5 minutes left in the run.
Alright, Rex, speed up. Go faster.
Rick, you got
Yeah,
another
I should
switch
just,
with like Dark Beast open?
I should just turn my Switch 1 on right now.
Just live splice it. Oh, clean one cycle on that Fire Blight right there. P5, you wanna... What you really want to do is like run straight into the Dark Beast. It's a new strat, I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the
It
horse
falls-
and you go into Dark East's right leg. And
Which one, front or back?
either one.
No way. Were these guys actually doubting me?
Nobody was doubting you. Look,
Hmm.
I knew from the start. I was like, you know what? P5 is he's gonna get a great run, guys. I think we should really practice up. And then it was Onyx and Rec. I swear they were like, wow, this player 5 guy.
Maybe he doesn't know how to be OSS anymore. You know, or if he messes up ISC.
Oh, that's not good.
Should we eat the
Should probably eat this. Yeah. Oh, I did the same thing again.
Oh no! At this point, I just let him go to wall and then ancient arrow.
Yeah. That's not good.
Oh no.
Play
We're fucking party
Video
here.
games now.
Yeah, Rec now doing target practice.
Oh, I hate this one, dude. This is the one that I always fail parrying. Okay.
All right, GG P5.
Thank you.
We were
Yeah,
we were going easy on you, but you know.
You know, I've been saying like, oh, if I get a 128.
Oh my god, he went to wall again.
Well,
Rec, he's already won.
what
You
is
can
going
stop
on?
throwing.
and I in fact got a 128.05 now.
Okay. He went to wall twice.
I wonder what he's gonna do phase 2. Most likely gonna give laser.
Do a
Yeah.
dance. Spin circles.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Should I, since B5 is done, should we just call it there?
Oh, yeah, finish it out.
No, no.
Finish it
You're
out?
able to
Okay.
finish it out.
You can
Go
Okay.
on.
There's a spear over by the wall. So you go.
Is that early? No, okay.
Right. Okay, well done. Well done. Making his way through Calamity. All right.
It's a party of a phase 1.
that was a really interesting phase 1. I got to admit that was a roller coaster. A lot of ups and downs.
He was just showcasing the wall walking mechanic and some of the attacks that can be done.
Right. Right. It was a showcase.
I don't think I've ever seen Calamity go to wall twice that quickly. That was pretty interesting. Because of that, I missed like an ancient error entirely.
I was surprised he went to wall again too. I was like, oh, interesting.
Did you
Compare
ancient
back
arrow
to-
him like right after he got off wall?
I didn't know.
He shot 2 ancient arrows to the face, and then the third one he just ignored. He went to the wall anyways.
Yeah, like he was just walking as I fired the ancient arrows. I continued the strat as normal. I did the slam, and then I shot my ancient arrows.
Yeah, I think it's like if Calamity's right next to the wall, his AI gets a little bit weird. He can go to a wall like, sooner.
I just want to say, for the record, you know, I think none of that was my fault. I think we all, you know, we made some mistakes, but you know, some of us made less of them. Maybe we'd just like to point that out.
You're right. It was my fault. I didn't mess up enough.
Yep, it was P5's fault.
How dare you play well? No, we're definitely all blaming each other later. Fodder drew this? Like 3 hours?
You're gonna see the production cut to like the standby screen, and it's just gonna be yelling in here. So.
And that's
right,
time.
GG.
GG.
GG's, everyone. I feel like that would have been much closer if I remembered to eat the attack up food, but I think B5 would have still pulled ahead.
Ti ho osservato tutto questo tempo.
All right.
Il tuo destino,
How are you guys feeling?
la tua sofferenza, le tue
You guys ready to run it back again?
this time player 5 does Tears of the Kingdom AD while we just do the same things again.
Oh my goodness.
che un giorno saresti riuscito a sconfiggere la
I'll
calamità
save it for
gamma.
next RAF.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a pretty interesting showcase. We just didn't should have gotten to player 5 switch. We should have underclocked it, made it go as much slower.
Ti ricordi di me?
P5 had like an advantage. He had like IRL RNG advantage, like better weather, better everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Is today Sunday? He must have gone to church today. That's what happened. He got a luck stat boost. But yeah, no. I guess just ending and closing remarks. I do want to give shout outs to just the community as a whole. I don't think I would have gotten I got into the speedrun a bit after everyone else in this VC, but like we all sort of got into the speedrun around the COVID pandemic time, and definitely found like a lot of really cool friends through speedrunning. That's what's kept me going, honestly. Not the game itself, but the people who are in it. So huge shout outs to the community. If you saw anything here that you liked, old or new, Switch 1 or Switch 2, we have a lot of resources, a lot of cool people in the community who would help out, a lot of video guides for you to watch, and generally a lot of cool people. So definitely join the Discord. Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Exclamation mark donate.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep watching Rejects and Friends. Donate if you can. I think that's all from me.
Heck yeah, well, GG's, guys, and thanks for showcasing this all. And on the note of donations, we are about $106 away from hitting the $4,000 mark for this event, which would be super hype. We do have one more run after this. It'll be Pokemon Coliseum. The naming incentives are still going to be open into that run a little bit. I don't know the exact cutoff, but they will be running a little bit into the beginning of the event. So right now, Espeon is still going to be named Mithra. Get donations in if you would like to change that to Nice Nature. And Typhlosion is winning the naming incentive for $5 to Charizard, beating out Bleh. So get those donations in if you want to change that. All right, and with that, we will wrap up the run here and transition over to a kind of a get ready screen and get Pokemon ready for you guys.